Recording in progress.
This is a good thing about not having guests on at the moment. Hello, everybody. This is Samuel Bean, and today we're going to be talking about how to collaborate with our tax professionals. As you can see right there, it says how to make your tax business pay you all year round. And so, guys, for many of you, you've experienced the April 15th deadline is gone, and a lot of our tax pros and tax specialists have gone back to their regular businesses, regular jobs, and now they're looking forward to next year, right? They've made their money and now they're going back to what they do for a living. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we show the tax professionals how to go out there and really put themselves in a position where the money never stops. Okay, that's very, very important. So when you're a tax professional, you're used to making sure your people get returns. But for us, we're going to make sure you get returns from our plug and profit done for you model, from our multiple six-figure income strategies, and from our ultimate tax breaks in a box. Basically, when you look at all of your clients are coming to you for tax deductions, tax write-offs, and all kind of things. So we're going to show you how to maximize those things. Okay. Before we do that, guys, I want to make sure I introduce you to the visionaries. I want to make sure I introduce you to the people who made this happen. The CEO, Winston Navarro, billionaire, guy who's created billions of dollars in revenue and sales. He's also done business across many landscapes, but he is a really good guy, has a huge heart, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that with some of the things he's brought to the table. You also have JC Rangel, who's the president and one of our business partners as well. JC has a lot of sales experience in multiple industries, some of which he's actually brought companies to the table to be a part of this business umbrella. Okay. And so myself and my wife, we've done some really good business over the years, made seven figures in three different industries. And it's because we've actually learned from some of the best people on how to build and launch systems, which is our specialty. And that's the reason why you're here today. I want to show you guys how to create some perpetual residual, subscription based revenue. Okay. So when you look at Build, guys, Build is a company that's a new and innovative business brokerage or a business model, if you were. And it's for professionals who are looking for opportunities or people who are looking for careers, part-time and full-time, people who are looking for sales forces, people who are, they love what they do for a living. They may not want to quit, but they can still make a six-figure annual income on a part-time basis with or without recruiting. Okay. Now, the foundation of everything we do is about partnership. Okay. And when you talk about collaborations, I'm introducing you right here to a lot of collaborations that you are already aware of. But the reason why I'm doing this is because, it's all of these people are very, very successful in their own right. They did need each other, to do business, to be successful. But they realize that when you partner with someone who has resources that you don't, you guys can make a fortune together. You guys can do a lot of good together. So the thing that they have in common is most of them, if not all of them, don't have an ego. Okay, ego, ego, edging your goals out. Okay, and so when you have an ego, obviously, that's one thing that can override your cash flow. You can't have a huge bank account and a huge ego at the same exact time. Okay, why partner with Bill? We're going to help you expand into all 50 states, not just in taxes. Now you have a diversified essential services ecosystem, somewhat like Apple. You have an Apple person may have bought an iPod, okay, but now they have an iPad, now they have an iPhone, now they have iTunes, iTV, iWatch, right? They have everything in the Apple ecosystem. Well, now we're going to show you how we're going to add multiple business and services to your portfolio. So now it increases the value that you actually offer to your clients, and it gives any of your agents who may have offices, sub offices in your network, gives them an opportunity to make some money that you get a chance to override to as well. Okay. We have a subscription based portfolio that you're going to be able to offer to each and every last one of your clients, past, present, and future. Okay. And doing so, while we're doing business, there'll be 100% transparency through our private partner portal. Okay. Once you submit, any of your resources to our system, you'll be able to follow and track that transaction to completion. Okay, and then we're going to do all of this, guys, for our busy professionals without disrupting your day. I want to make sure that whatever it is that you do for a living, you continue to do on a higher level, because the better you are at it, the more clients you have. The more clients you have, the more revenue we can produce for you. Okay. So while your clients will participate, one, again, they're looking for tax write-offs. They're looking for deductions. They know that Uncle Sam is looking for 37 to 40% of whatever they make. And they understand if they have a tax professional who's good at what they do, then they can keep 50% of that, if not more, in their household. Okay. And so the problem is most people don't have proper ways to write the max off. You got some things that you can't do anymore, like, borrowing your nieces and your nephews from your brothers and your sisters. Can't borrow your neighbors anymore, your neighbors' kids anymore to use them as tax write-offs. Guys, you have to be above board, legit, and you have to put yourself in an audit, an anti-audit scenario. Basically, put audit proof on yourself. Okay. Now, when you look at businesses that network marketing companies that have offered, for a lot of tax professionals to use to write off. A lot of people use them because, again, they were buying money at that time in a way. But now they have an actual company that they use a membership. The membership is basically a lifetime membership that they'll probably never come off of. You'll always earn on. Also, you'll always be able to use, as a tax haven for them. Okay. Now, in our system, there's a refer for, and they pay no more, guys. In order for them to operate their company on a monthly basis, it's $99 a month. Okay? It shows IRS that they have the intent to make a profit. They're in business, right? And when they refer 4 people to the system, that $99 goes away. Now they have a free business that they get to write off 100% of their deductions on. Okay. Travel and Vacation Club. See, our vacation club, guys, is one of the reasons why a lot of our successful business owners and entrepreneurs and people who are high earners, they love travel-based companies as businesses, because they do that. They love that. They'll do that for the rest of their lives, right? And while they're traveling, they're going to write that off as a business expense anyway. So our business model has a travel and vacation club, deep discounts on hotels and resorts, free 4 to 5 night stay every year on your anniversary, right? And then again, anything and everything you can write off, it's right there for you. And then there are commissions, guys. So we're not bringing your clientele in business to sell anything. They're just using this, to get the tax write-offs. But if they purchase anything that we sell, they'll purchase it from themselves and they'll get the actual commissions. If they refer anybody to the network, as guess what? They'll make money, okay, while they're using the company as a tax write-off. It's just one of those things that if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. We just want to make sure that they're happy. Okay. So there are other things that they'll get a chance to do, guys. And when it comes to Smart Money Club and Build Academy, both of those are focused on, helping increasing the financial IQ of your customers. Okay. It helps them understand and help them with their personal and business credit, helps them learn how to make money through insurance by being their own bank. We have financial advisors and hedge fund people who do seminars and have consultations with them, as we have, education platforms for money of the future, blockchain things, Web3 things that they can learn from. All of this stuff they'll have available to them. Okay. And if they don't want to use it, they don't have to. But just don't know this. This is a part of what they actually get when they partner with you. Okay? Collaboration versus competition. Obviously, it's always better to complement and partner, you know, over being a combatant, right? You want to make sure that you find other tax pros that are out there that you can partner with, other tax strategists, other tax specialists, other CPAs, other people who do what you do, right? They just want to know the same thing that you want to know. How can I get more clients, make more money on my clients, and make sure that my clients, the retention of them, it doesn't just stick and sustain. I can scale it. Okay, we're going to show them how to do that as well. But 167 million Americans filed taxes in 2023, guys. There were over 265,000, let's call it 266,000 people employed in the tax preparation services in 2024. So this is a huge market. I don't have to tell you because you're in it. Okay. But you can also partner with home service pros, a lot of which you have as clients. You have roofers, you have plumbers, electricians, you have people who are mortgage brokers and real estate brokers. You have these people who are clients already, right? Well, guess what? They cater to over 130 million households in the U.S. Many of them, again, as I said, you serve already in your capacity as a tax specialist. Nearly 1 million global companies cater to homeowners. Okay? Approximately 150 unique industries and sub-industries cater to homeowners as well. So a lot of these people, guys, that you have as clients, okay, not just the people who are working in those industries that serve homeowners, as most of your clients are homeowners. Okay. Now, when it comes to expanding your business brokerage, basically creating your business mall, you have, your company, but you also have access to all of these other things, which guess what? Your customers and clients will have access to all of these things as well. This is what they get for $199.99 a month. So basically, $1,200 a year, they're paying access to have all of this to sell, okay, or all of this to buy. But more importantly, it's a legitimate business that the IRS sees as a legitimate business, and you won't have any problems on this side. Okay? But when you do sell, guys, and they these things, products do and services do get sold. As when you look at the Encore Solar Residential, the commissions average from $6,000 to $10,000 per commission. For commercial, $40,000 to $100,000 commission for solar commercial. Then you have the alkaline hydration filtration systems. We pay $1,000 to $2,000 on those systems. When it comes to roofing residential, 2,000 to 4,000, 30 to 45,000 on average when it comes to commercial. And then you have security from ADT, Brinks, and then Ripple, which is the new kid on the block, which is a portable military grade security device that you can unarm and rearm in a different location. But they're paying $400 to $700 per installation. And then I touched on the Smart Money Club earlier when I said, hey, um, we're going to give your people access to a lot of the educational programs and things that are going to help them increase their financial IQ. That comes from the Smart Money Club. And then when it comes to the lifestyle benefits, again, nothing out there says lifestyle better than travel. Okay. 3 steps to a passive 6-figure income. Okay. 1, pique a person's interest. 2, send a flyer or a video, basically introducing your clients to what we're going to do for them and how we're going to help them get more tax write-offs and tax deductions. Okay. 3, send your link to enroll. 4, what we do is we make sure that your client is taken care of. Now you have client security, and that client's pretty much going to has the ability to be your client for the rest of their life. Okay. And so this is how simple it is. Now, when it comes to just some of the services that we actually sell, I want to share with you at least the solar one right now, because solar is popping, solar is booming, solar is high ticket. Okay. When you look at, our EXP realtor, that's in Florida, we sent him a script. Okay. He called his past clients as we advised, as we taught him, and he found a client that was paying on average $410 a month before solar. Okay. Once the client came on board with us, we lowered their bill to $290 a month. Okay. Never to increase, one day to go away. Okay. And then they'll be able to own the solar system that's powering their home just like they own the home. They won't be renting or leasing either. Okay. That's true ownership. Okay. Then you have the commission of $8,200 that's split between the expert and the person who brought the deal to the table, which is the EXP realtor. Both of them made $4,100, okay, in that transaction. And guess what? Both of them didn't spend a lot of time on this deal. The mentor may have spent 45 minutes to an hour explaining everything to the homeowner, but the EXP realtor only spent 15 to 20 minutes, every other day making phone calls, right? Because that's part of the actual process. This is the formula for 6 figures a year. 2 hours a week equals 6 figures a year. Okay. You want to make sure you make at least 2 hours of phone calls a week, right? 15 to 20 minutes a day or every other day. Okay. 2 to 5 appointments a week will be set based on credit and everything else that's involved. You're looking at no less than 3 deals per month. Okay. If we're doing 3 deals a month and the average, just say deal is about $3,500 to $4,000 a deal, guys, that's 5 figures a month. That's 6 figures a year. So that's how simple it is for us to help a person make 6 figures in this particular strategy. Right. Then you have the subscription-based model, guys. This is, the way that business is going. It's the business of the future, business model of the future. And as you can see here, there are a lot of companies that are now making a fortune on subscriptions. COVID had a lot to do with that. A lot of people caught on early, but it was under the radar. Now it's the most searched business opportunity out there. Yeah, and so you see here a lot of these things you guys participate in, and there are some things on there that are not, that people have subscriptions to, like Fortnite, that happened during COVID, blew up during COVID, over 650 million subscribers, guys. Zoom, well over 300 million subscribers. That's not on there as well. Right. So when you look at these companies, they're teaching you, how you should be doing business, but doing business on your level. Okay. So when you look at the subscription-based residuals that come from you building your subscriber base, when it comes to your existing client base and future client base, as when you have 20 members, right? That's $500 a month. When you have 1,000, I mean, you have 50, it's $1,000 a month. You have 110, it's $2,000 a month. You get the picture. We have people who are tax pros who have 100 customers, 500 customers, 1,000 customers. I have a partner who is coming on board. She's in Dallas, Texas. She has 17,000 tax clients. She has 8 offices, right? And so you think about people who have the big numbers. They do mass quantity, numbers. They're already set employees to make 6 figures and multiple 6 figures a month just based on the residuals. Now, get this though. So while you're building out your subscriber base, while you're adding members to the system, let's say you put 500 members in, right? You become an owner. Okay. What I mean by owner, when you get to what we call broker 8,000, guys, 500 members come into your network, and the company says, okay, let's sit down and we do a contract with that individual. Now that book of business and everything it becomes is now owned and transferred to the actual business partner. Okay. And so now it's totally yours to scale, to have, to sustain, but it's also yours to will, to your heirs. Okay. And so I love that about the company. And this was one of the ideas and the brainchilds of the owner and CEO, Mrs. Navarro. Okay. Talk to you about his generosity. Okay. Just kind of give you a peek also in some of the curated trips. Okay. These are trips that are already bundled, like Costa Rica, 5 nights, $454. Okay, Thailand, 7 nights, $549. Mexico, $792 for 5 nights. And then Dubai, 7 nights, $705. We have thousands of curated trips like these, guys, all around the world. Okay. Now it's time to collaborate. And obviously, you want to ask yourself these questions before you make any decisions. Okay. What did you like best about what you saw? Okay. How can you see this benefiting your clients? That's very, very important because that's really the reason why we're here. And why would you do business and collaborate with us? Okay, what is it that says, you know what, I would be remiss, or I would be resentful or regretful if I didn't do business with them? Okay, when you ask yourself those questions, you give yourself the answer that you need. Now, lastly, this is how simple it is to onboard and launch your brokerage, right? Onboard with your partnership fee of $199. I mentioned that earlier. That's a very, very low startup for a company that your people are using again to get those tax breaks. launch consultation with your senior partner. They're going to go over all of this that you see here and more. Okay. Set up your partner portal, and that's going to basically allow you to track your leads to completion and to payout, and access your travel club and free annual vacation. That's one of the first things that a lot of people do. They jump right to that. And access your smart money club benefits. All those lessons are there to be learned. And it's always good to increase your economic IQ. Collaborate with the four and pay $99 no more. Talked about that a little bit earlier, guys. It's nothing like eliminating the overhead of business and operating for free. Okay, that's going to be one of the biggest reasons why your membership model explodes. Guys, let's say you have 500 clients that you have enrolled in the system. Okay, one, you're already making a really good $8,000 a month. Okay, you to $10,000 a month, really. You own your book of business now, but all of those people don't want to pay $99 a month. They're not cheap, but they're wise. If I can refer four people to the system, yeah, and I get $99 a month to go away, and I'm operating in the clear, guys. That's good for them, but that's exponentially powerful for you because now you have your customer base growing, your subscription base organically. Okay, so keep that in mind. So take the in-house certification. No government licenses required. Again, this is pretty much 3 minutes, some 3-minute videos that you watch, multiple choice questions. Right? You can't fail the test. We just want you to have some common knowledge of what it is that you offer. Okay. You want to access your support chats and communities. They'll tie you into those right away. Access your customer benefits and unique scripts. That's what we're going to give you when we sit down with you to make it unique and specific for your customers. So when they see, your business model, they'll know exactly what you're offering. Okay, they'll know exactly why they're getting their tax breaks, and it's going to be simple, it's going to be easy, and it's going to be rejection proof. So that's powerful. Then you have what we have our version of Go High Level Drip CRM, which is $97. It's a bonus to you at this moment. Okay, before and we're going to start charging for that at some point. But it has the AI capabilities. You can run your whole entire company from it, and it just puts you in a position where you can actually operate your current business and future business very, very efficiently and effectively. And then you're going to access your Builders VIP Lounge, which is elite education, from people that you're familiar with, like the Grant Cardone system, Danny Pesci system, Chris Hart system. Okay, these are people who are going to be training you along with our seven-figure earners who are going to be teaching you what we actually do as well. You'll have access to that, and the information that you'll get from that will actually help you be more powerful, more efficient, more effective, and more profitable in what you do for a living as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's always a pleasure to be able to share this information with you. I always like to tell people this. I may be a stranger to you, but I'm not a stranger to creating wealth. You don't have to believe me, but you do have to believe, the philosophies and the principles that govern wealth. Everything I just shared with you guys is a model that all you have to do is plug in and play, plug in and profit, right? You do nothing but submit your resources to the system. We do 100% of the work. And guess what, guys? You make 100%